Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today's video, I'm going to be building some dinosaurs for CoasterB in his new CoasterB Studios theme park. So the plan is to, well, build some dinosaurs and check out his progress on his Jurassic Park area. So let's get started with the first dinosaur, which is a really hard name to pronounce, but again, I'm not going to pronounce it because I'd probably ruin it, but I'm going to call this a duckbill dinosaur. So this is the dinosaur that is in the ride Jurassic Park, a river adventure, like at either Universal Studios Hollywood or Universal Studios Japan. This is the one that comes out of the water, that kind of just snorts water at you and stuff like that. So that's kind of the dinosaur I'm building here. That's kind of the idea, because this is where the split would be, is where CoasterB kind of built. I liked his version of this ride. It's really well done. That he has the river ride going through, and then he has the roller coaster on top of that. Would be the flying coaster, which is imitating the flying dinosaur in Universal Japan, which is a pretty unique flying coaster, and it's like one of the best I think in the world. Would love to go ride that. So here I'm just gonna do some borders to imitate the hornbill part, maybe, or just the back end of the dinosaur. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna be naming things weirdly because I don't know the technical terms for all these stuff, but again, I'm not a dinosaur expert. I'm more of a Parkitect expert. So at this point, it's just a dinosaur. I'm just gonna copy some images because I went on a Google raid, looked up some dinosaurs and pictures and stuff like that, and used that as my reference, and then voila, a dinosaur is now finished. It's at the perfect angle where the guests come toward it, and it's right there. It's lovely little glory, and then I add some little water spouts at the bottom to give it that feel. And on to the next dinosaur, the next little red square we have to go to. This is where I'm going to put the long neck, or not a Brachiosaurus, but it's a different type of long neck dinosaur. I don't know the name, and I'm going to continue to iterate that I don't know these dinosaurs' names. Only a couple of them. I only know some of them that I can pronounce. Again, dinosaur names are, yeah, really hard to pronounce. I'm not good at that, but it's okay. So what's really cool about this little project is that I can build like half the dinosaur. I don't have to build all of it because it's like an animatronic. So I'm going to build like only the bottom part of the dinosaur. I'm only going to build its neck and then its tail, and not really do any legs, really, because it's in the water, so it really doesn't matter. And it worked out pretty well, which is a cool thing. That doing it like that would be like realistically, if I was building a theme park, I'm only going to build like one side of it because the other side won't be seen from guests. So like on this side, like I only made 2 legs for the dinosaur. The other side is not even made. It's just propped. I could have made pipes coming out of it. That would have been cool, actually. I just thought about that. That would be so cool, actually, to add pipes and things to make it look realistic. Like it's hooked up to a battery source, or not a battery source, more like a transformer that would be connected to the power source of the park. Yeah, that'd be cool. So here I'm just finishing up the dinosaur's look. And then tail was necessary because I think the tail needed to be like close to the guest as he like wrapped around. And then this dinosaur imitating the one from Jurassic Park River Adventure again. Same like scene. I'm kind of copying the same scenes because I've been on the ride in Hollywood dozens of times, so I know that one personally. And so I felt like that this dinosaur needed that what is it, like grass in its mouth, so it's like eating some vegetation. So I did some regular, I think, vines and just made them stick on the side, and it's kind of worked out. Actually, the effect of it really well. And then across from the long neck would be my Triceratops. So this one's not more difficult. It's just a little more stout in its size, so it's smaller, but it still has to look like a. Well, I feel a Triceratops is a rhino because they have horns. So I kind of went for a rhino-like shape with its body, with its little stubby little legs and little toes. And then made this giant, like, big head of like the shield that they have on their heads, and the 3 horns, the 2 giant horns on the top, and then the horn on the nose. Kind of went for that type of style. When it comes to building creatures, I think I use every shape in the box that the game provides. I was complimenting on using some modded stuff, but I haven't ventured in modding pieces yet, and I'm thinking about doing so. See how far I can get into making some crazy stuff. But again, with the dinosaur, I think this worked out really well. The big long horns are the borders from the fantasy set, so that's for the fantasy roof. I barely used that piece. It was a nice attempt to use it here, and it actually worked out really well because they made them really long, really tall, and kind of curves up. And then I had a nice little round triangle nose and a little beak for his or her mouth. I don't know. Actually, no. All dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are female, so it's a girl. On to other things. This is the Jurassic Park employee Jeep. I built 2 Jeeps. I built this one just for the kicks of it, because I was in the Jurassic Park theming mood, because I was building dinosaurs. And so I just felt like, okay, can I build a Jeep to see if we can like put this in? I didn't put this anywhere in the map yet. It's up to CoasterB to figure out where he wants to put it. So I just kind of built it in the backstage here area. Kind of worked on just basic framing of it. It is scaled correctly. I used the in-game's Jeep from the Taste of Adventure pack, the Adventure Pack one. I used that as my scale, and I figured out that I could make a truck pretty small. And it's kind of difficult to build things this small, again, in Parkitect, because pieces are quite large. They're almost bigger than guests. But again, I think this worked out pretty well with the use of imagination and wise piece placement and piece usage. It actually works out pretty well. I did some special custom texts for it. I went in and did the Jurassic Park logo that goes on the side of the truck in paint.net, made a picture, made it the right colored shade of tan that I was using in game, and I imported that into the game through the picture image folder, and I did that for a custom image, so that's on the truck now. So it's actually very accurate. So that was a fun little build. And then I think we're on to the third to last dinosaur. So we're on to a Stegosaurus on top of this waterfall. Because this also imitates the one from the ride as well. There's a scene where you go around and there's I think a Stegosaurus up on a higher ridge, and it kind of looks down on you, and it's just this very simple Stegosaurus. Nothing, I don't know, it's Stegosaurus. It's kind of the same shape as the Triceratops, kind of a very oval, cylinder type shape, and with fins. I think I could have done the fins better here, but I think they're okay with the discs that I'm using. And again, it's super small. This is one of the smaller builds in the scale of size. If I wanted to build a proper Stegosaurus, I would probably go bigger scale. So that was the Stegosaurus. Then on to a surprise dinosaur that I didn't expect I was going to do. I was going to do a pterodactyl on top of the pterodactyl sign that CoasterB built. So this is imitating the sign that's in Universal Japan, because their ride's called Flying Dinosaur. That has a pterodactyl on top of it as you enter the gates, or enter the entrance of that ride. So that was the objective, to kind of copy that. So I was trying to figure out what should I have my pterodactyl doing. It should be spread out wings and kind of just staring down at the crowd, greeting guests into the pterodactyl. And I think it worked out really well. I did some pretty cool piece usage with the borders. The borders are really useful in those angles, and it kind of resembles their heads. And that big, giant, long arch that they have on the back of their heads, kind of really cool idea. So I think the pterodactyl worked out pretty well. And the little dinky little eyes with the little dinky little border piece. Again, everything here is using vanilla pieces with Construction Anarchy enabled. And I haven't ventured in doing mods yet, but I'm thinking about doing something with some other projects, or maybe slowly introducing into maybe the American Adventure build, maybe, or into other things. I'm inspired to do my own River Rapids Jurassic Park ride. I want to do one like just on my spare time, or kind of like maybe I'll make a video on it too, so I could just do that project too, because I'm just kind of slowing down on projects a little bit. But regardless, On to the next dinosaur. This is the armored dinosaur. I don't know the name again. I just know that it was going to be an armored dinosaur. Actually, no, it's not true. This was supposed to be a baby Stegosaurus, but when I was building it, I realized I built it at an angle, and that was a mistake. So I had to switch up dinosaurs. So I decided to make it a armored dinosaur, and it actually worked out better because you get different dinosaurs. So it's going to wrap up here and on to an overview of the park. Okay, let's do a short overview of what dinosaurs I constructed for CoasterB. So as you saw earlier in the time lapse, I did the pterodactyl over here on top of the pterodactyl sign. And then I did a couple key dinosaurs in the area. Now, I don't know these dinosaurs' names that well. I only name them to like their properties. So like this dinosaur down here, I would call it the armored dinosaur because it has armored shell and spikes and stuff. I know this one's the Stegosaurus, and this long neck, as I'm going to call it, it's not a Brachiosaurus, it's something else of a Brachiosaurus. It's a different version of a Brachiosaurus, because Brachiosaurus have a more of a, like this large hump on their foreheads for like their nostrils, but I put the nostrils in front, so it makes this a different type, so I don't know what this one will be called, so I'm going to call it long neck. And then Triceratops. And then this one has a very difficult name that I cannot pronounce, and I'm not going to try to because I'm going to butcher it really bad. But I've known this as a duckbill because it looks like a duck, but it also has this long horned thing. And so I think that's where it breathes. It comes the air. I'm not really sure. I'm not a dinosaur expert, but again, this breathes here, and then I don't know. Regardless, I made these 5 dinosaurs in the river adventure ride, and I wanted to build some other creatures. I wanted to build a raptor, maybe over here, but I'm not sure yet. And I really want to build a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it's kind of hard to put a Tyrannosaurus Rex somewhere outside because that's your climax for the ride, because it would be inside this building, and I know that CoasterB doesn't want it opened. I mean, actually, maybe this could be opened, like a cutaway. Maybe we can put the T-Rex in there. Maybe this couldn't happen sooner or later, who knows, but maybe that would be the wisest thing to do, is not do the roof, just cut away this wall so we can see inside it, because it's on the edge of the map, so maybe that's beneficial. Maybe that could be a thing. But yeah, I like where he's heading with this little project. I think it's pretty cool. Some key things I got rid of was there was a dinosaur on this rock. Was supposed to. I think there would have been too many dinosaurs because I already have 3 in this area, and this top area is kind of covered in bushes, so it would be really hard to put something here. So I got rid of that one. But every other spot that he suggested was a good spot, like this one, and then the 3 over here. Technically speaking, that's all good spots. So I do like that. And you know, the pterodactyl on top of this sign kind of represents the one from Universal Studios Japan. Was their pterodactyl ride, or flying dinosaur as they called it, would be here. And what's the last thing I did? Oh, I did a couple jeeps. I did the employee jeep and the tour jeep from the movies. And if CoasterB wants to put them around the place, he can. That's why I just put them back here, so they're just kind of easily moved blueprints. They're also on the workshop too, so if you guys want to go check that out, they're already on the workshop, ready to go. It was kind of a surprise little collab with him, was the dinosaur stuff. So it was really fun. I want to do some dinosaur stuff too. I think I'm going to make my own River Rapids ride, and I think that would be a fun thing to do. So you might see that in another video or so, and I'll catch you guys in the next video then. Bye.